everybody, it's me Azalea. You're watching another episode of this Ole Shack here on my YouTube channel, WayCrunchy. Today, on this episode, I'm about to get a quote on heating and cooling. So we're looking at a mini split system, and I've got someone who's arriving like any minute now to give me a quote. So what I want you guys to do just for fun is I want you to go into the comments. So we're not going to do the mini split or the heating and the cooling in the basement because we don't need that for final inspection, and we're just breaking up expenses. You know, we just need to get moved in kind of for as little money as possible. So in John's office, he'll use like space heaters, and then maybe next year we'll put another mini split down there. But so for the main level and the upstairs, we got the children's bedroom and the bathroom upstairs. We got me and John's bedroom, kitchen, living room, stairways going upstairs. So for that space, how much do you think it's going to cost to have a mini split installed? So the way I've been researching it is you have like your outside unit, kind of like, you know, heat pump, that kind of thing, but no ductwork. If you're not familiar with mini split systems, it's heating and cooling. So you put like the outside unit outside, and then you have on the wall what you're used to seeing, the like rectangle air unit. So if we put one outside on this side of the house, then we can have a unit in the living room. And then, so the outside unit can run to like 2 or 3 different inside actual like heating and cooling things. So if we do it on this side of the house, then we'll have one in the living room, then run the stuff up to the second floor, and one in the kids' room. And, you know, we're not looking for totally perfect, like if we close the doors to like me and John's bedroom, we'll use a little space heater in there or something. So this has never been about making it fancy and perfect. Maybe fancy, decorative, interesting, ragdoll chic, I like to call my style. You know, eclectic. So yeah, a little bit fancy, but it's never been about making things like perfect, keeping up with the Joneses, Mrs. Hinch, you know, gray couch, granite countertops, perfect. You know, this is just, we're getting a house. We bought this house for $20,000, and see, basically how cheap can we get ourselves a beautiful house by doing it the fixer-upper, pay in cash route. What do you think the mini split's gonna cost? Well, for one thing, we're in a little bit of a rural Virginia area, so things run less expensive here. But every now and again, you get somebody who wants to be charging them big city prices around here. So you gotta be a little bit wise to that. So I don't know what kind of person I'm gonna get today. Is it gonna be big city prices? Is it gonna be rural Virginia prices? This is the first quote we're getting on having heating and cooling installed. So this is our jumping off point. Now, if you haven't been paying real close attention, we have 3 things to do before we can move into this house. Heating, fixing some electric problems, and drywall. That's it. We got 3 things to do before we can move in. 3 things. Let me remind y'all, I am pregnant. I need to get in my house. I need to get out my rental. And let me tell you something else. After you guess how much it's going to cost to have mini split installed in my house, go in the comments and guess that. And then let me tell you this. So y'all, many of y'all have followed the whole journey because my life is for all to see here on the WayCrunchy. So my boyfriend used to live in Washington, D.C., and we had a long distance relationship. And then he moved here, and then we bought this house, and then we're having a baby, and we're all a big happy family. It's wonderful. Now, when he first moved down here 2 years ago, he got a storage unit and all his stuff. Let me tell you, That man's apartment in DC, it was a bachelor's pad. It was a bachelor's pad. And he had his lovely, darling, beautiful dog with him who shed all over everything. And he's not really a person who dusts. And so everything's come out of the storage unit. And a lot of it's in our rental, and a lot of it's moved over here. And the chaos of having all of his stuff coming out, I have control issues. I have mess issues. Cluttering my space affects my mental health. So there is a very, very good reason. A, John works from home, and B, he has a lot of stuff, and I have control issues about my space environment. I need things to be very clean and aesthetically pleasing. No clutter, no clutter. John's a pack rat. Once upon a time, I was a pack rat, but minimalism and decluttering is part of what saved me in my life and helped me treat my own mental illness. I've got a lot of videos on that. Okay, so John has this big office downstairs. That's where a lot of his stuff can go. And I don't have to stress or fuss or worry about dust or declutter. So that's why he's got a big giant office down there. He likes to watch sports. He likes to stay up late at night. You know, I just know John is my perfect partner, but I think in partnerships, it is very important to let each other be each other and find ways where you do obviously make a lot of compromises, but it's really, really nice to have space to be yourselves. So he's gonna have some space, I'm gonna have some space. My mental health will be happy. It's like he doesn't even see clutter. It's like he doesn't even see it. It does not bother him in the least. Dust does not bother him. Furs, you got vacuum. I mean, if you got children and pets, you can tell if you don't vacuum every day. Anyway, little mama right here has been sick for months with morning sickness, is in between moving from one house to another, has her boyfriend's entire storage unit being unpacked, control issues. I'm out of control of my own body as I am sick every single day of my life with morning sickness, and there is another human being living in my belly. And my environment is chaos. My environment at the rental is chaos. My environment at the fixer-upper is chaos. I have 3 big things that need to be finished at this fixer-upper, and they have to get done. And I'm sick as a dog every day, but I still got to get up and try to get something to happen. Try to make some magic every day. It's going to take a magic. It's going to take Mama Magic to get this move settled and regain that Zen place. Ooh, I see heating and cooling van coming down the street. What perfect timing. All right, he measured like square footage of the floor, and the spot I was thinking outside, he was like, yeah, that'll be good. And then the 2 units inside. And so he is going to write up the quote, and he's going to give us the financing option and then the pay cash option. You save a little money if you pay cash up front. That's how we've had to do everything so far, because we haven't worked with companies that are like big enough that they do financing. So we will see. My whole motto is based on debt-free life. Would I consider financing for getting the heating and cooling in the house? Yes, I would, because right now we've been paying $550 a month in rent and over $100 in a storage unit. Not to mention electric for this house and electric for the rental. So if we can get rid of rent and storage unit and double electric, then making a payment for the financing of a heating and cooling system that's ours to keep forever in our house that's ours to keep forever, I would consider that. I would consider that a smart money-saving move and a wise use of a payment plan. Drum roll, $6,000. $6,000 for heating and cooling. And that's with all of the equipment, all of the install, all of the electricity ran to the box. That's the whole shebang. All right, spending the afternoon here. Me and Zinnia just had some dinner at our beautiful dinner table. So yeah, I just yeah, you're okay. I just did the stairs, vacuumed the stairs and the front foyer, just moving the cleanliness. Everything upstairs is clean and fresh, moving it all the way through the house. So now I'm gonna do a little mopping. All right, so I am gonna start getting to work on John's rugs that came out of storage from his DC apartment. Rugs are so good. It's really cold in the winter here in Virginia. It really helps with your heating expense and making everything cozy. But these are covered in dog hair and bachelor pad. This one's just plain, so we'll definitely just put this one in John's office, but that'll make it nice and cozy for him, especially while he's heating with space heaters. So all of John's rugs, all of John's everything from the storage unit. It's been in storage for 2 years, period. Anyway, it's all getting azaleas, signature, extra deep, extra thorough, top and bottom vacuuming. It's gonna be a serious vacuuming up in here. I'm gonna be spending a lot of time vacuuming, but then I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna feel soothed. I'm gonna feel clean, and it's gonna be great. Another tip, while I'm thinking of it, is if you do live in a place that has cold winters, and you have a rug, like if you buy new rugs and you're like, oh, this old ugly rug or this old plain rug, you know, it's nothing special, like, don't throw it away. Like, clean it, yes, but then put it underneath of like your newer good looking rug, and it adds more insulation and it's soft and squishy and good. So yeah, it's just like a big old roll of soft fuzzy insulation you can put under the cuter rug.